Special thank you to the EA Creator Network for providing access to the Restoration Workshop Kit. Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the latest Sims 4 kit, the Restoration Workshop Kit. This brings 24 new items to the Build and Buy catalog, including items that you can actually restore and fix up with your Sims. So it's a little bit of that, but also there's a lot of interesting things in here that would look like it belongs in a garage. Is that maybe a clue to what's to come? I don't know. Fingers crossed someday we do get cars. I mean, it's been 10 years. I don't know if we should really keep holding our breaths for cars, but I'd love to see them. Even if it was just something like The Sims 2, you know, where they just got in the car and then drove off to the loading screen or something, and just having the garage doors and everything would just be wonderful. And I think that would go great because usually they include a car that your Sims can actually fix up. So these items are like perfect for that. But today we're going to take a look at what comes in the new kit and the 24 new items. And there's actually one wallpaper. I'm going to say that probably does count against the item count. So there's actually 23 like build buy objects, but then there's one that actually counts as a nice wallpaper. But before we go any further, I do want to quickly mention if you do like this particular kit and you want to pick it up on the EA app or thesims.com, feel free to use my creator code at checkout. It provides a small commission to me to support the channel and as a creator. And if you do feel like picking it up and use my code, great. I do appreciate it and I thank you so much. Otherwise, there's no pressure to do so. So yeah, let's dive in and see what we have. So first off, I think we're going to use the new wallpaper because it's pretty fitting for what we have here. So I built this little room here. It's meant to kind of be a garage. It's probably a little wider than it needs to be, but that's only because I just wanted to have space to kind of show off a lot of the new objects. So we have this unfinished workshop wall, which actually looks a bit like unfinished like sheetrock or drywall. We also have this new overhead light, which actually puts off a lot of nice light. It's actually very modern looking in its own striking way. But I just wanted to put some lights in and those are perfect to use. But as far as the wallpaper goes, yeah, you have a bunch of different colors. You have ones with like scuffs on it. You have ones that are a bit more kind of dirty and dingy. And then you just have, again, another one with scuffs. And then you have a different colored one. I don't know which one I actually like. I kind of like the lighter one, but like this one might also do well for what we're doing. There is no floor tile, but that would have been kind of nice for them to include some kind of new floor tile, but we'll just go with the game's default. I think that's enough for now. So yeah, the new light, like I could actually use this in like a modern house build. Maybe not so much this weird box on the top, but I don't know. It just kind of has a look about it that's very industrial, you know, like it would be great in an industrial build. But there's a variety of different colors too, which I think is what sells me the most on it and using it in that form. So you have like some plain clean colors and then you have some more like dirty, dingy, kind of rusted colors. If we get a little closer, you can kind of see that on there. Or if we do like the red one, you can kind of see it's a little bit rusted. But then if we choose like the cleaner color, it's just like that. It's just plain and simple. We'll just put it back to the default. I think that's the default color. No, maybe, I don't know. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's go in and look at some of the other stuff. So we have this new improvised bucket chair, which has a variety of color swatches. So you have like orange, red, white, green, and different logos and writing on them. These would actually be really nice, not just for like a garage, but I don't know, anything really, like an industrial build, for example, or if you're doing like rags to riches, because it actually is, wow, 40 simoleons, holy moly. It's a bit more than I expected it to be for a stool / chair. So, but yeah, it could be used in a variety of different scenarios, great for storytelling. Next, we have a workshop shelf. So these are kind of almost like countertops in their own way. They tile together quite nicely. There's a little bit of a gap in the top space, but that's okay. I think that's more like an actual seam when they merge. No, it's actually a gap between them. Looking at it much closer. So you have a bunch of different colors. I kind of like the yellow myself. That's quite nice because I like the lighter like wood top. But you also have some dirtier ones or kind of like worn ones, which is also great to see. Makes it more versatile and goes great for whatever story you happen to be telling. So like if your Sims, like if you want to pretend your Sims own an auto shop, you can maybe use some of the debug cars and pair that together. We also have a tall version of that shelf, which has a closed off bottom there, has like some doors, but I believe there's all the same swatches on this one as well. So yeah, you have the yellow, you have some more of the worn ones. Wow, that one looks really different. I guess because you see it more. Like if I do this one and like, I mean, I guess that is pretty worn. Never mind. But I don't know. This one just looks like, I don't know. It just looks different, but in a good way, in a good different. Like it's a good contrast. Next up, we have some tiny tool boards, which these kind of hang on the wall and display tools. Again, perfect for that like garage space, or just even some kind of like workshop. It doesn't have to be a garage, could be like a workshop. So you have like a kind of more of like a dirty wood, kind of old, and you have some darker wood tones. You have this lighter one, and then you just have some more cleaner, more modern and not worn versions of those. I don't know what color to go with because I'm actually going to make this a room on the gallery. So whatever we put together here, just hodgepodging the stuff is great. We have another Workshop Wonder shelf. This one is actually kind of lower. So I think we'll just put that right under there. But it has more bits and bobs. So you have like nails and stuff in there and screws and a couple of little spray bottles and canisters and empty boxes and things. So you have similar color swatches to the wall unit. So you have some worn and dirty ones, and then you have some clean ones as well. And I think we went for the white clean one there. Yep. Okay, next up we have the Cluttered Tinkerer's Table, which I think this will go great kind of in the middle here. We can kind of flip around here and kind of see what that looks like. So you have a bunch of different stuff in here. Obviously not all of this is functional. It's just mainly a cluttered table, but comes in all of the same color swatches as the workshop shelves. I almost said countertops, but they're not actually shelves, or they're not actually countertops, they're shelves. My bad. So then we have toolboxes. So you have a smaller version, which I guess we'll put this one kind of over here. We'll angle that a little bit. Yeah, you have a little rag sticking out of the drawer there. That's quite a nice little detail. I don't really like that these objects are kind of so flat, especially this, because like if you look at the items over here, they're not as flat. I guess, I mean, I don't know what that is, but but like these are oh yeah, this like ruler over here. Yeah, never mind. I take back what I said. It's no better. Compared to like everything else, like I don't know, they just add a dimension in a lot of areas, but then in the areas where you'd actually need them, like, you know, you don't really need it so much down here, but like up here, I don't know. But it's okay. It is what it is. It's done. It's finished. We're looking at it, so no change in it. But yeah, so you have a variety of different color swatches here. Signature red. I think we're going to go with green for our sake. We have a larger version as well, which I think this one's going to go great right there. Which has more stuff. And see, like these items aren't as like flat pancakey looking. You know what I mean? Like you look at that and then you go look at this and it's like, oh. But maybe that's like a can lid or something, or some kind of small paint lid. I'm not sure what that's supposed to be, but you have these same colors as the smaller unit. You have the worn ones, and it'd been cool if they did one with like it was still kind of like a plain color, but it kind of had like stickers or something on it, like a mechanic sticker or something that kind of showed that. But Next up, we have the stackable storage tubs. So these go great for like plopping them under here. They also stack, so you could do something like that and kind of stack them up underneath to create some height there. Oh, that's pretty cool. Wow, look at how that stacks. Can I rotate it around? Yes. Doesn't look as nice because of the lighting up there, but a variety of colors, including see-through versions, which is actually really cool. So you have like solid color ones, you have some worn ones, and then you have a couple of see-through versions as well. So you can kind of see the contents in there. I think we'll just do blue. So yeah, don't mind me just changing the swatch. Maybe we'll do a see-through one down there, just to kind of mix it up. We'll do a worn one over here, and we'll do another see-through one there. There, that looks a little better. Next up, we have a metal utility sink. Probably should have put this one. We'll just tuck that down over there and kind of tuck the sink in here. Or actually, it should go in front of the window. Let's move that over and plop it right in there. So we have this nice metal sink. This would also go great in a laundry room, to be honest. Or even like a like kitchen for like a restaurant or something. Like it just has that nice I don't know, again, it's kind of more of like an industrial, like especially if you choose like a solid clean color, this would be a great industrial sink, especially like the white too. I don't know what color we're gonna go with. I think we'll just black, white. I don't know. We'll just stick with white. That's fine. Next up, we have the Craftmatic Ultra, which is a woodworking table. So I think that would probably go best. Well, we'll put it over here for now, but let's rotate around here. And yeah, this is a woodworking table, so your Sims can actually craft things on there. So you have worn versions as expected, and then you have some cleaner non-worn versions, and I think we were going with the white one. But even these items aren't as flat on here. Like that power strip and that cable actually has more dimension than these things over here. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know, some things just don't make sense. But next up, we have a semi-reliable water heater, and this is one of those objects that your Sims can actually, well, actually, I don't know if they can fix this up. Maybe it's more of like a decorative piece, but it's nice to have this water heater item. This is not the first time. We've gotten them in a couple of expansion packs and things, and they're actually functional. This just seems to be a decorative thing. It says, I don't know, it doesn't say. It doesn't really say whether it's functional, but nice to have those items. I think that'll probably go great in that particular corner. Next, we also have the Vault. Wow, that's a fuse box. So let's see, where can we put that one? No, we don't want it near water. How about right there? How about up on the wall? You cannot place it, of course. So that's nice, but it's just a power box. Basically, it's just, you know, an electrical box. And just has a couple of different swatches on it. So yeah, nothing really too exciting there, but it's nice to have decorative items. We also have a toolkit that is more like surface mount. So I think that would be, oh, it slots on these. Oh, it fit on there. Perfect. We'll throw it on there to kind of cover up the flat pancake stuff going on there. Like even this saw blade has more dimension than that. But you have the same similar colors as the tool chests as well, so that's great. We'll just go yellow there. It doesn't really change the items up here, but does change the colors. We also have sand, sawdust, and more, which is something that you can put on the floor. So I think that would probably go great underneath the like woodworking table here. And maybe we can do some over here by this little like wheelie cart. And yeah, just kind of give you a dirty looking floor. A bunch of different swatches that kind of just change the marks. So you have like oil marks and stains. Actually, that'll probably work great there. And then you just have some other like dirt related ones, but nice to use. It's nice to have those details. Then we have a floor fan, and I'm pretty sure this one is definitely functional. Yes, because it has power efficiency and reliability. So great to have that. Great to see that. It's probably like no different than like the ceiling fan, but it has a variety of color swatches, including some clean ones. And then we have some more like dirty, dingy, worn, aged ones, if you will. So I think we'll go with a clean one in this case. Next up, we have the Carpenter's Caddy. Whoa. That was a lot bigger than I thought it was. Kind of looks like it's something that was sit on the countertop, but when you pull it out, it's like, whoa. We'll put this over here by the woodworking table because it's a lot of wood related items. So you have like wood planks and things in here, which is nice to see. I think that would go great here. And let's just, again, you have like worn swatches, pretty much similar to the other wooden items in the kit. Next up, we have the items that are actually fixable by your Sims. So we have the fridge, which is nice to have another new fridge like we got in the kitchen clutter kit, except this one becomes worn and dirty and dingy when you place it, and you need to restore it to fix it to its former glory. So these are actually interactive, and your Sims will build skill fixing those up and making those functional again. They do have color swatches to them. Actually, you can't use the design tool. You have to pick the swatch of what it will be. So like when your Sims, like let's say you want a red fridge. Out of the catalog, it looks nice and pretty, but that's what it'll look like when your Sims actually restore it. But that's what it looks like before. So you kind of have to, you really have no choice if you want this new fridge in a nice, clean state and usable state. We have a new microwave finally, which is nice to see because I kind of feel like we never get new microwaves. I haven't seen a new microwave probably since base game, actually. Oh no. So you cannot put the microwave on one of those shelves. So we're going to have to grab a cabinet. Really? I know you're gonna just make me go grab a countertop. But we will. Let's just yellow. I kind of feel like this is too nice. Let's go for like one of the base game ones. Let's see. Yeah. Okay, we'll just use this because that'll allow us to place our two new objects, which is the microwave and the coffee machine, which is actually down this side now. That's strange how the objects kind of flipped there. Okay, not going to question it, but yeah, so you have the same. These are basically not functional. You have to restore them to their former glory. Design tool can't be used, so you just pick the color you want out of the catalog, and then you can have your Sims kind of fix it up. So you have all the same swatches, the other appliances, including nice, clean, like white and black ones. This is actually a really nice coffee maker and a microwave. I will probably be having a Sim fix them so that way I can use them in speed builds. Or maybe I'll just like have fixed versions and create like a room and save it to my library. That way I kind of always have them on hand if I want to use them in a speed build, especially the stove, because like the stove is like super nice. Especially like the white and the black version of it. Like I would definitely be using this a lot. Same goes for the fridge and everything. Like everything just looks so nice, all cleaned up and restored. The final item we have is Scrap Savvy Storage, which is just kind of like box related clutter that's meant to go on the floor. I think that would probably be good to kind of put maybe right there. Let's just slot it right there for now. Or actually, let's slot it over here in front of the thing. There we go. So yeah, that's just, oops, sorry. Jeez, position yourself, Arthur. Okay, so yeah, it's just cardboard boxes. You have some kind of like dirty, worn boxes, and then you just have some clean and nicer boxes. And that is it. That is all that comes with the Restoration Workshop kit. I do hope you enjoyed this overview video. I am working on speed builds that will make use of these two new kits, so stay tuned to the channel for those. I hope to have them out in the coming days. Not really sure what I'm going to build yet, but I think like a garage or some kind of workshop would work great for this particular kit. And then the kitchen clutter kit obviously is just kitchen clutter. I don't think I would use like all of the kitchen clutter all of the time, just like this. Like, I don't think I'm going to use like every single object in a build, but because there's a lot of stuff here, and I mean, just filling this room up is like massive, but it's still nice to have the items to create that realism and you know, that particular look. Like if you're building a garage or a warehouse or some kind of workshop, it's just nice to have the clutter and the things that go along with it to kind of complete the story and complete how it's supposed to look. But that's all I had for this video. I do hope you enjoyed. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed this style video, and that'll determine whether I do them in the future, because I don't normally do pack or kit overviews, but this is something I'm just trying out for now, so we'll see how it goes. But I do thank you for watching, and I'll see you very soon with another video.